where we can. Saguntum grows, don't need to grow anymore. Are we sending Saguntum any food? So Saguntum is getting 11 right now. Can probably just unwork a couple of these tiles. There's not a lot to do, but if we put them in there like that, we're not going to generate an engineer anytime soon. We're going to grow in 9. I mean, if it grows, it grows. Probably doesn't need to, though. Let's just avoid growth. It doesn't get anything useful from growing anymore. So at least we've got some buffer against starvation in case we need it. Hippo Regis grows in 1. It's now barracks time. And a stock exchange would be good. We're early to labs, so I think we can afford to spend a little bit of time doing some fluff stuff like this, but we can't really afford to spend a lot. It'd be good to get a seaport out for these 2 tiles, but I don't feel like that's a good use of our time right now. Xantium looks like they might fancy a bit of war, actually. We've got ballistics now, and another great scientist, so we can actually take rocketry with the rationalism finisher in 2. Where's the scientist spawned in Gades? Yes. So we can in fact take rocketry with the rationalism finisher. It's a great person. We all demand cotton, that's fine. We got a spy. Spy. Yeah, where do we put the spy? Maybe Istanbul. Maybe. Yeah, Istanbul we can go in. Hippo Regis grows, so I think Hippo Regis is done growing now too. I mean, all these hydro plant tiles have just been worked, so I guess Hippo Regis is going to do what it's going to do. Probably do something like that though. Anything that's not on a river at least. Wow. Okay, well, Hippo Regis is fine like that. Gades grew, and then I think that makes Gades done as well. Yeah, it's like 9 turns for growth. Let's work our workshop slot. Then we've got 11.5 food that we can deal away. So we can do something like this. Definitely the mine there, something like that, and then there, the trading posts. That sounds good. This might not be done when it's done, I guess. Spiker, what was it doing? Probably nothing useful. I guess just keep it near where the war is going to be eventually. General, okay. Maybe move this one towards the Ottomans. Mind that. Okay, Carthage, what do we want? Barracks, stock exchange. There's too much gold here to not build a stock exchange. Stock exchanges. Okay, fine, we'll go for stock exchanges. And maybe we just golden age. Just to punch through some of this stuff. So let's do that, golden aging time. Get all these buildings done faster, get some gold per turn in preparation for actually needing to spend the gold on units. Again, it's only turn 146, so we're kind of okay. We don't have to build units right now, but we should be, really. I'd really dislike that we're not, but I'm building so many stupid forts. There's no reason to be building anything here. Okay, and this can go to Carthage for hammers. This can go to Saguntum for hammers. Carthage is definitely not going to grow anymore. It's only got plus 6.25 food, and that's okay because we're going to lose 12 as soon as the thingy ends. Okay. We definitely want to take rocketry with a rationalism finisher, so let's do that now. And then we can go back to building. Seaport is 1 turn now. That's crazy stuff. Military academies. I mean, if it's only 2 turns, I guess I build it. I really don't want to be delaying building units anymore, but military academies, just so the units that come out of here get promoted a lot faster. In Carthage, since we're done with the stock exchange, it's barracks time. I wonder. So we've got 2 scientist purchases. We've got one coming in 3 turns. I mean, we're still a long way off the science victory, though. We could go get Hubble. Aluminium to Theodora ended. I don't really want to send it away anymore because we want to keep it. In fact, she doesn't even want it. That's nice. Okay, we've got more production out of that tile now. Just sleep. And again, sleep. Should really be building. It's so bad that I'm not building units right now. Just delete this. What's the point in having that? Yeah, that mine's done. That's good. That's maximum production for Gades. So where we're probably looking at maximum production everywhere now. So let's have a look. So 89 building buildings. We don't have a windmill though. So 18, 118, 94, 107, 73. This is a really good empire. Like, this is super, super good. It's not often you get, you know, sometimes, often only your capital is over 70 production in the late game, and we appear to have every city over 70 production, which is sweet. I wonder if we go for the Hubble Space Telescope at some point, just for the 2 scientists, but it might propel us towards the science victory. Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We need 13 techs if we're going to go for the science victory. Realistically, we probably have 1, 2, 3 scientists actually, 4, 5. So we need 13 techs and we've got 5 scientists. So we would need to hard tech 8 techs still. So that could be as many as like 30 turns from now, which actually isn't bad, thinking about it. 1,079 science. That really doesn't sound that bad at all. Well, look, let's go for military, because that's kind of, I mean, that's the usual end game path, and we're actually done building stuff here now. Don't need anything else, so why not? We'll actually have another scientist from, yeah, interesting. We'd actually have another scientist. Probably want, what do we want? Rocket arties? Paratroopers? Paratroopers for sure. I think the play is probably just looking for stealth XCOM. We're so close that I think stealth XCOM on everyone might just be the way to win this, by domination anyway. If we want domination, that'll be the way we do it. Intrigued though. You want friends, do you? No thanks. We might kill you first. What are all these trash units doing here from Byzantium? I think Byzantium still likes us. No scientist saving. Let's go through to combined arms. We want to move for computers now. Friendship expired. Aluminium deal is done. I think scientist is in 4, so we're really moving with the science now. Armory. Military academy. Military academy. Armory. Not really sure what to do with these guys. Just yeah, trading posts or something. Okay, and then we can just spam bombers from Carthage and, I don't know, build paratroopers everywhere else. Rocket artilleries maybe. I mean, rocket artilleries would be nice to make a ground push on someone, but then we want mobile SAMs too. I mean, actually, yeah, let's just take that. Keep them next to the capital for now. Sleep. Mine, even though that's totally pointless. Okay, capital, bomber spam. You will now build nothing but bombers. Let's go back to the capital. I just want to spam bombers. Yep, nothing but bombers from the cap. Probably actually just want to spam paratroopers from this city. Let's do that. Yeah, we've got the armory, so let's get the military academy. Military academy. I just don't really want any of these. Let's not have arts funding. Yes, friends with Byzantium. We can kill Byzantium last. Sorry, this has caused a divide between us. We're not sorry. We're not sorry. Okay. Let's build more stupid forts, I guess. There's a road there. Well, sleep then. This has ended. Porcelain banned, arts funding passed. Why? I suppose it makes too much difference to us right now, but it might make our last scientist slightly slower. Oh, we could put the heroic epic here. Let's put the heroic epic in. Sure, yeah, have those horses. Why not? We're going to be really not ready at all for stealth. There's all these buildings that I was doing. I didn't realise we'd be there so fast. Computers and atomic theory. Wow. Okay. Robotics. Perhaps this is science. I really didn't want it to be science. Yeah, repair. Brilliant. Science would be the fastest way to win this game. Tuguntum. Cool. Right, we are -3 food here. So that solves the problem. Science might just be the fun. Oh, we even got 2 uraniums. Oh my word. Okay, well, you can go get that uranium next. And then this uranium down here, that's for you. Man, is this science? What is it? So we've got we've got like 4 scientists still to go, plus 2 more from satellites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, this is science. This is just science. What, like, I can't be building units now. This is just pure, unadulterated science. Satellites into advanced ballistics to nanotech to particle fizz. Okay. Well, in the meantime, I can't believe that we're going science. I really didn't think science was going to be the fastest victory condition, but we're absolutely flying right now. It's unreal. I guess I want to build a workboat to finish off that thing. Can't believe this is science. I just prepped all this way for military. F. Can't believe this is a science victory. No scientist saving, and I'm doing a scientist victory. Or science victory. Like, what on earth? We're definitely going to be ready to take that policy in a few turns, I think. Fishing boats. That's an extra hammer. More science. Yes, satellites. Cool. Oh, the barrier reefs. Where were they? Up there. Okay, yeah, that's why I never found them earlier. Oil has been expanded. Don't need that. Should probably do something like spaceship factories. We've got the gold for that, though, actually. The scientist that we birthed, though, we just spent it, didn't we? It would be nice to get the spaceship factories up. Although we're not, if we're going science, we're not going to be using the gold for anything other than buying spaceship factories. So I'm not even going to worry about that. We finished our military academy here now, which is totally pointless. I guess we can build some more paratroopers while we wait. I mean, there's nothing else to do until Hubble is complete. Until, the Apollo is complete. Well, we've got 1 bomber. That's my token military. Didn't want this science. Didn't want this to be science. Didn't expect it to be science. It's turned out to be science, and now we're going to do a slow science because of it. We could put our spy in Wittenberg. We might have a chance to nick it by the end of the game, perhaps. Actual wonder discovered for everyone, sure. Okay, this is done to Carthage. Let's make sure that we can... Oh, yeah, of course we can find the 3 food that we're missing. Okay, let's find that out, make sure no one's working it, which they're not. And now we need to just find the 3 food that we're not working in here that we need to live. Might be a bit rough to find the food, actually. I mean, it's only -3. And that's 66 turns until Starve. It will be done in 66 turns. 10 for Byzantium now. We need to make sure that they stay on side. Let's hope they don't win the game. Wouldn't that be stupid? Okay. 4 turns until Apollo. We're going to be able to buy 2 engineers, actually. Which is cool. Well, we buy 1 engineer, 2 scientists, but we get an engineer from the order policy. When is the next scientist? Because that is kind of important right now. 7 turns. We're getting our social policy in 6. Is it now 6 turns and getting it in 5? Yes, okay. So that is coming in Carthage. So we need to slow the Carthaginian one down to be 5 turns. Well, no, we need to slow the Carthaginian culture down to go down to 6. So there we go. We are golden aging, actually. So that might slow us down anyway. But I want to be safe. Another paratrooper. Cool. We've got military. It's not look like sitting ducks. 1 more para. Didn't even get to build the heroic epic. Let's at least build the heroic. No, there's no need to build the heroic epic. Okay, do we get another artist soon? Yeah, I just took out the culture for that. Lol, what a pro. Should probably put that culture back in. We'll see what we need to do. We're currently running at 6 and 6, so we can't afford to go down to 5. Interesting. That's 4. Yes, that's 5. That's 4. Okay. Probably don't actually need any extra culture on top of what we've got now either. Don't need that. Build one more para, or at least pre-build a paratrooper. Okay. Not bad. On to Sistine 3. Let's see what happens with the when the Golden Age ends, as to what we can do with all of our... We're being denounced now. Oh, doesn't he have like a small army or something? No. His army's bigger than ours. Alright, so we can't release anything back to him, but that's okay. Okay, so Golden Age ends. We're now 4 turns to the social policy and 4 turns to the scientist. Let's hope this stays 4. It does actually stay 4, so that's really cool. So we'll keep working all of this just for a bit. We're still -3 food now. We can totally solve that by bumping out some specialists later, so not concerned. Or paratroopers, ready for XCOM squads. Golden Age ended, but we get one in 1 turn, so not to worry there. I guess we can pre-build something small like a walls. Ready to, yes, we'll build walls everywhere for the overflow, so that we can build space parts. I don't actually know where's going to be our best to build the spaceship parts. We'll take a look, because we only need to build 4. That deal ended, but we can't get it back. We can get this one though. More happiness. So I denounced America. Whatever. Okay, there goes the artist. Wow. Okay. So who wants to work that tile? So Gades is currently 60. It's 55 blank. This is 73 blank. This is 83 blank, and this one is 78 blank. So this is definitely the lowest, so we probably don't want to produce anything in Gades. So we want there. When did they gain food for that? Well, I guess we were always at 2.3. Cool. It's probably hooking up the oil or something. Okay, so Saguntum wants to do a part. It wants to do it in 10 turns. We do it in Utique in... Of course, we can't actually build the rest of the parts yet. So where's going to be the slowest? Where is going to be the slowest? So let's actually take the part out of Saguntum. Let's see where it's going to be the slowest. So 10 for the cockpit here, 8 here, 11 here, 10 here, 15 there, but we don't need to build one in Gades because I think we can crunch one part out of Carthage. So this one is the slowest, so it goes in Utique. And that means I just wasted my walls thing. Could invest in a nuclear plant in the 3 turns we've got to wait. Let's actually do that. Let's invest in nuclear plants in the time we've got to wait. Can Gades even do it? Prize 1 uranium. Must not have a solar plant. Are we out of uranium? Surely this is done. Yeah. 5 turns for a nuclear plant here. Don't know. Do I want to save the Golden Age? I don't know that we'll get the 30 production we need there to finish Hubble in 1 turn. Let's just... If we're going to be Golden Aging, we want to be building our parts. Let's wait just for a handful of turns. What do we build here then? I guess this one just continues to build me army. Or why would I do that? Research. We're going for science, it's research. Very well. I think we've got enough aluminium to get, yeah, 28 to get us to the end of the game. Okay. Oh, interesting. 2 turns on this scientist, and we've got 1 turn here. That's going to set the scientist back if we finish Hubble right now. Could build a nuclear plant. Okay. Just need to make sure that everything comes at the right time. Probably doesn't matter actually, but is this providing food to Utique? Well, it definitely needs the food, so I guess we'll send it back. Didn't realise that. Yeah, Hubble might set us back quite a lot of scientist points. So let's just wait a couple of turns, smash out all the scientists that we need to, and then we'll be ready to end this game. Carthage is still starving. 1 turn, we are ready. Building our nuclear plants, which is good. We definitely want to bulb straight for robotics next. That's going to allow us to buy the spaceship factories to bring the turns down. Okay, we've got ballistics, great person born, that's the scientist. Let's fire that through robotics, and we will finish order for spaceflight pioneers. We birthed a scientist, but we don't want to do anything with that right now. 9 turns on the booster. There. 9 turns on the booster there. We'll finish this, and then we want to finish Hubble now for sure. And then we'll finish the nuclear plant after if we need to. We've got an engineer. We need to figure out where that one wants to go. We can buy another engineer and 2 scientists, so we'll do that in just a minute. Spaceship factories in Saguntum. Have we finished the tech yet? No, we need to finish the tech of robotics. We could probably just punch through that. Yeah, okay. So then we can get spaceship factories a turn sooner. So that's 780 there. And that is 780 there. And we can go for Golden Age now. 677, okay. Let's purchase a spaceship factory here in UT. We don't need the gold for anything else. Let's make sure that it comes down a turn. Wherever we need it to go, come down a turn. Hopefully it doesn't take... It's 8 turns on the booster here. We'll see if we need to finish the nuclear plant. Okay, we've got 7 turns as our limiting factor right now. That's okay. Hopefully the capital builds them in 6 or less. Got a writer out. Okay. Capital builds them in 5. So, because the capital's building them in 5, let's not finish the nuclear plant. We'll keep it in the queue though. We could finish the nuclear plant actually in the capital by purchasing. Let's try bring it down to 4 if we can, by purchasing the nuclear plant. That is 4, brilliant. Nanotech, done. Queuing for penicillin, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 techs. We've got 1 scientist, and then we'll have 2, 3 from Faith. Definitely not going to get another one. Yeah, all our scientists are out now. And then we, I guess, just do research for the rest. It's fine, we'll see how fast this ends up being in the end. We need this scientist to wait just a turn. Don't need to sell that anymore. Looks like we're going to be done with our spaceship part production with a little bit of time to spare. Ecology in 5. Good job, all these techs are really fast because we've got over 1,000 science. What do we do? Do we bulb this? I mean, I'm just going to get all of the scientists, but Faith purchase all of the scientists while we're here now. There's no need to wait. Faith purchasing great scientists or engineers doesn't actually increase the great person point counter. That's something that a lot of people don't know, which is really cool. So, you know, if you need to engineer a wonder, you can always Faith purchase an engineer. It won't slow down your scientist generation, which is pretty cool. Obviously, you can't spend the Faith purchasing scientists with rationalism later. But it's a great way to get yourself an engineer for a wonder. Okay, we may purchase with Faith still. We'll sit on this scientist for 1 more turn. So where are we at? Yeah, so we're going to punch through Mobile Tactics 2, which means we'll have just a handful of turns researching particle physics. Now, Faith purchased the engineer here in Gades. If we can. Oh wait, are we a bit short of... We're a bit short of Faith actually. How many turns? Just a couple. Well, we'll see. I think we'll get enough Faith in time. We need to wait like 4 turns maybe. Which is about the time it's going to take us to get to the end of the game anyway. I didn't realise that. Yeah, we actually just need another couple of turns. I wonder if we can... 75. 90 for 1,000. Let's take a small loan from the AI. And see if buying out this city-state will speed up my faith along. Yeah, it will bring us down a couple of turns. So we'll only be 2 turns for the engineer now, which is great stuff. Okay, so mobile tactics will be done, and then particle fizz after that, and we'll see how long we've got left to finish the game off. Can move this engineer to Gades, and we'll see if we can engineer the stasis chamber. It's 1005, and we will get 600. Really, 600. That's really bad. So if it's 1005 and we'll get 600, that'll leave us with needing a few hundred left. Probably want to actually do it in a bigger city then. Like, I mean, we don't, yeah. We've got the time in Carthage, so we'll just engineer both in Carthage. Let's not build it here. And queue research up behind all of this stuff. Don't want to queue research up behind Carthage though. Okay, so mobile tactics is done. Bam. Wow, okay, I just bought out the city-state with cotton, so everybody loves the king. That's brilliant. Okay, so Carthage, part up, that's 1. Second part on, that's 2. Next one's done in 1 turn. Particle fizz in 6, so we're going to be done on turn 173 with Great Scientist saving off. So that is pretty cool. We will build the last part here in Carthage. Or, well, the second to last part. We can vote down World Ideology Autocracy and work research everywhere we can to get to the end of the game. Work research in the capital too. Don't even need culture as well, actually. But I think we're working max science like this. Golden Age ends. No research agreements to come through, but that's fine. 5 turns. Cool. We can... Really? This booster? Oh, Byzantium's land now, really? Okay. It's road. I set it up for war. Okay. What have I got as a cargo that ended? Bumped all the stuff out of my city. That's pretty dangerous. This ended as well. Put those parts on. That's 4 parts on. 5 turns. Yeah, 174 is going to be when we finish the game because we need the 1 turn on this tech. I don't suppose we can get down by anything. We need 214 science in order to bring it down, which doesn't sound possible. It's a shame to be so few short, though. I only get 4.5 science from each of these specialist slots, though, so we would need a lot in order to get there. That's fine. Okay. Purchase the engineer, so we don't forget and lose a turn at some point. Probably got... Wait, why oh, because we don't have a religion in Carthage. Okay, we can purchase the engineer here. See, that's why we needed... that's why we needed to do it. Nearly lost myself a turn, but I think, you know, I would have got to the last turn and tried to do it in Carthage or something. Oh, that's St. Louis. That's American. F. Why did America settle a city there? Okay, Einstein Hanahar ended. We're starving. Whatever. This cargo ended. Send the production back to Saguntum. Make sure that we're still done in 3. Sleep Art Engineer. Actually lost out on this Faith CS. Oh, it's Wittenberg again. Cool. Let's just hit some end turns. It's a shame we're going to be down by like 200 science. There's not a lot we can do about that. Okay. Final turn. Empire seems to be in order. Don't feel like there's any way that we could fail to get this. We're sorry this has caused a divide between us. Yes, we are definitely sorry. Particle fizz is done. Let's get the final part. Engineer that. Take policy and piety. And tech for stealth. Okay. Actually do a world leader vote or something next turn, but we don't care about that one. Wow, okay. This is pretty cool. 938 even. We actually generated a few of these ourselves. What? Why was this not one turn? Did I do something stupid? And oh my god. The trade route ended and we were short by like a minuscule amount of science. Minuscule. 3.5. We were short by 3.5. That's so stupid. If you get this far, please put an F in the comments for that. That's so dumb. Oh well, it's going to be turn 175 it seems. I cannot believe that just happened. We lost out by 3.5. The golden age ended. Oh no, because the cargo ship ended. But there we have it. No world leader trade. Good job we didn't lose. This repeal porcelain. Okay, this is the spaceship. So this will be the end of the game. So, in order to recap, we randomly rolled Carthage. We played on the base Pangea, low sea level, strategic balanced resources, small map size, because that's kind of the standard multiplayer settings I like to play. We did a little bit of a gimmick this time in that we disallowed scientist saving. And if you don't know, scientist saving is usually, I mean, by saving pretty much all of your scientists except for the first ones and generating like 10 or 11 great scientists, you can, generate a massive amount of science to be used in the end game after labs that is just so absurd. If you don't save science, you truly do slow your game down by an awful lot. So we had scientist saving off, which created an interesting dynamic for the game, whereby we could afford to sort of great person point generate a couple of engineers to use on some strategic wonders throughout the game. So we hard generated an engineer. We used it for Sistine Chapel. We hard generated a second engineer. We used it for Kremlin. And that allowed us that gave us the ability to get some wonders because we wouldn't have had the time to get the Sistine Chapel otherwise. And then we went all scientists after that. And in the end, we ended up generating quite a lot. We generated loads through our cities because we had 5 cities to working scientist points. And then we were able to faith purchase 2. We got 1 from Order. We got 2 from Hubble Space Telescope. And that actually turned out to be enough to power us all the way through to the end of the tech tree, which is pretty brilliant. I did not expect that to happen. I thought we were going to have to win this game via stealth bombers, XComs, bombers, that kind of stuff. But the science was just insane. And that was mostly backed by the fact that we had 89 population by turn 116. That's an absurd amount, like 89 pop by turn 116. Sometimes you play a game and you won't even make it to, you'll barely scrape past 70 population by the end of the game. And we were at 89 by turn 116, so that's why our science flew. We took Order for factory science as well, so that also helped our science fly a lot. And we got a load of research agreements, which really pushed us along. In the end though, we are finishing this with winning this game on turn 175, which is super fast, especially with scientists saving off. I genuinely, I would be happy, or in fact I would be ecstatic to be honest, getting below turn 180 with scientists saving on, let alone 170, it should have been 174, but let alone 175 with scientists saving off, which I think is really absurd. And that's mostly because we got 5 cities. They all got to pop 20, which was insane. The capital got to pop 30. We hit 114 population overall, which brought us to, 1,202 science when working science in all of our cities. This game was pretty fast, pretty cool. I hope you enjoyed it. I really do endeavour to bring you a non-science victory on this channel for the next game, so I guarantee you that's what we're going to do. We did scientists. I would have finished this game with war, with stealth and XCOM and bombers and stuff, but the opportunity to get turn 174, 175 turn science victory without scientists saving on was really too much to pass up. Now I do want to make this a channel where I show you how you can play. Yes, my microphone's up, apologies about that. Where I show you how you can play really, really fast victories as, domination, science, the things that I'm really good at. And so at least this is another demonstration of how you can get it done, even if you don't have scientists saving on. So you see here, you can get it done, turn 175 without saving scientists. So there you have it, that's pretty cool. There's some deity difficulty. And mostly backed by population. If I were to give one tip in order to do this, you'll notice I put a lot of emphasis on building cargo ships in the early game. That's pretty much 100% the secret to getting absurd amounts of population, and population really drives you to be able to produce science and, to get production out and that sort of thing. We never really struggled for production at any point in the game, and that's because we just grew our pop really, really fast. And that's from being able to send cargoes to Carthage from Saguntum and Utique, and then a cargo from Carthage to Utique. A lot of people hate coastals, but coastal growth is insane from cargo ships. If you get the as coastal empire, you have to. The cargo ship is probably a more important building than a granary, so that's kind of where you need to see it. And inland, caravans are arguably perhaps just as important or more important than granaries too. So that's really what you want. And if you place that much emphasis on your caravans and your cargo ships for sending food, then you will get population like this anytime it's possible. So it's just one to remember. Obviously, you need granaries to send food caravans and food trade routes. So you do need to make sure you've got granaries up before you build those caravans. But as long as you know that you can send food to a city where you actually want it, and it tends to be probably 3 to your capital and then 2 to expands. The priorities of a caravan or a cargo ship really are higher, just as high as granaries. So you should probably build the granaries first, and you need to make sure you do granary and library to get your national college up. But outside of those two things, the priority really is that high. Maybe a worker, maybe like a worker if you need it. Granary, library, national college are probably the only things. Maybe a workshop, depending on the situation, might be the only things more higher priority than food trade routes. And that is how we get population like this. I mean, we got lucky with some rivers in this game. River for Gades, river for Saguntum, river for Hipporegis, coastal growth. But in general, you can get your cities this big by following the rule of food trade routes and making them that important. So that's what we did here. And this game goes just to show that you don't actually need scientists saving on in order to have a fast game. You just need to be a bit tactical in that don't waste science in the early game, which means, if you generate a great scientist in the early game, you can plant it for +8 science, and that's okay. I may have talked about this in a guide video already, but if I don't, I'll probably come across it again in some of my other games. You can plant a scientist early. That gives you like +8 science, which is actually quite a lot in the early game. It might be worth up to like 10% of your science. Definitely plant as Babylon for the first couple. But with scientists saving on, you can actually just afford to save pretty much all your scientists towards the end of the game, and that's probably the most optimal thing to do. But even if you're not scientist saving, take the opportunity, instead of generating some scientists, generate some great engineers. Probably generate engineer then scientist then engineer, or maybe engineer then scientist. You might have to do a lot of gymnastics to go engineer scientist, which is why I'm saying probably engineer scientist engineer, because then you can use the factory specialist in order to get that second engineer that you want. And that cannot really be, generating engineers. You do push back the timer, but you do actually save great scientist points. So your great scientist points are just kind of earned in here. You can see right now we've got 312 of them in Carthage. Generating an engineer doesn't lose these points, so you carry those points over. So you can actually be generating points towards the scientists, even though you're generating engineers, which is why it doesn't turn out to be too bad at all to actually generate 2. Anyway, enough talking about this game. There was a lot that we played. Thank you very much for watching. Leave any comments in the comment section below. Please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed these videos, because I will definitely be doing more of them, including guide videos. Hopefully you see some of the content on this channel. And we are going to finish this game with no scientist saving. We finished this game on turn 175 as Carthage. So Carthage has got no sim benefits whatsoever apart from harbours. Turn 175 as Carthage. Let's go. Thanks for watching. Let's get a screenshot. Here we go.
You have achieved victory.
I guess we can look at demographics for anyone who's stuck around long enough. Awkward. It's like, what is it? We're being shouted at. This reminds me, like, I don't know. You say goodbye to someone and then you suddenly realise that you've got to go to the same subway station. Anyone ever done that before? It's just like that. Oh, well, I'm feeling like that. Obviously, this isn't as awkward, but yeah, anyway, let's look at our score. We actually ended up 4th in score at the end. Sure, whatever. Siam, I guess, got a little bit wrecked. That was unfortunate for Siam. Polynesia got a bit wrecked too. Siam actually did survive until the end of the game. I really didn't expect that. We can have a look at something like science per turn. Look at that for Carthage. Absolutely brilliant. Up above 1,000 in the end, which is superb. Production per turn. We were actually production leader at points in this game. I did not expect that, but we were. We were production leader right here and right here, which is pretty cool. Might have been, I guess that was the golden ages, perhaps, or building some things where we had bonuses towards production and then maybe units or something. Our production was actually great throughout the game, which is the reason why we actually managed to win the World's Fair at some point. Couldn't believe that. That's definitely a contributing factor to this win, winning the World's Fair. Population, Carthage, again, you know, we start low because we're on Deity, and then we absolutely slingshot up here before capping out at 116, I think it was in the end. That's a great number to be at. You know, 116 is truly brilliant. Anytime you can get to 100 is brilliant. But, you know, good benchmark. Probably 80, I would say. 70 is low, 80 is probably better. But it all depends. If you can get your growth early, then you actually don't need just so much. You don't need so much population. Number of workers, yeah, whatever. We went up to 9 in the end because we generally like to follow the rule of 2 workers per city. We got 9 instead of 10 because we had 5 cities, but that's okay. We did social policies, whatever. Number of known techs, look at that. Absolutely blasting away from the Deity AI there. Quite cool indeed. Cities. There's us getting towards 5. We're actually ahead of some AIs in cities for a while, which is always nice to see. Military, yeah, here we don't look at military. We actually, I don't know why our military went down here. I didn't delete any units. What did we? Yeah, I don't know. Don't know why the military went down. Remains to be seen. Maybe some combat strength or something. And food per turn we capped out, and then you'll remember actually one of the things we did is we starved for full production. Well, I say starved. We stagnated for full production as soon as we got to around about turn 140. Basically, as soon as we decided we were done growing and that we were out of tiles to work in our cities. That's a conscious thing. Once you get to like turn 140, unless the citizens that you grow are going directly on hammer tiles, or, you know, are needed to be able to work all of your specialist slots, it's really kind of pointless to grow them any further because you just don't get the returns back from that citizen that, you know, compared to the speed in getting buildings out. Anyway, that's all for the grass. We can check out the map and then we'll be done with this game. Let's have a look. We're down here as Carthage. Terrible starting position, but it's actually really great land in the end. I mean, if anytime you get to 116 pop, that's brilliant land. I don't care what you say. So we got our 4 initial expands, and then we sat for a while, got our libraries up, built the National College, did our coastal growth thing with the cargoes. Then we swam our settler over, settled in about turn 80, something like that. And then the cities continued to grow and get good. We definitely benefited from having lots of space. That's why we got 5 cities up in the end. And then we just sort of watched this game go on. There's Siam up there being really unlucky, having himself captured and stuff. The Ottomans just went absolutely ham everywhere, killing Siam and Polynesia. And I guess Byzantium and America went to war in them, but we stayed out of it. Won the game on turn 175. So thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for visiting the channel. Any comments, do leave them in the comment section below. I keep saying comments and comments, that's done with me. Please like this video and subscribe if you really enjoy the content. I'm definitely going to be making more of this. You know, liking and subscribing tells me to make more for sure. So thanks for watching. I'll see you later.